There we
We've sorted
go.
out the tech. Good evening. Hello.
Evening. Welcome to Food Intolerances.
So for those of you who don't know me, because I know you've been communicating with Laura, I'm Claire Snowden Darling.
And I am Laura Knowles.
We always say that in our podcast, don't we? And we are really excited to talk to you about food intolerances. And one of the reasons that I am so excited about this is because we're going to talk about all of this in a bit more depth, but as practitioners today, we see a lot of people who are unwell, just really unwell. I mean, that's sort of stating the obvious, but actually it's not, because I know when we trained, predominantly it was people with a bit of IBS, a bit of bloating, some headaches. We're not seeing that anymore. We're seeing people coming into our clinics really unwell. You know, we're seeing people with, and that's the bit they're normalizing. It's actually the headaches and stuff they still can't handle. But, endometriosis, PCOS, we're seeing autoimmune diseases, we're seeing, inflammatory bowel disorders. And none of these things are things that we work on as complementary therapists, but we're seeing them in clinic. And the thing that excites me the most is it was this huge aha moment for me when we'd gone through, to the highest levels of our training, where I would be getting people coming into clinic and I'd be sitting down and I'd be going, okay, yeah, you're here for something to do with, I don't know, whatever it might be, this issue or that issue. And then I'd realize that they'd seen physiotherapists, nutritionists, they'd seen acupuncturists, they'd seen doctors, sometimes the very best on Harley Street. They'd seen everybody. And they were seeing functional medical practitioners, some people spending £30,000 a year on functional medical practitioners, having all these IV drips, having all these tests. And I would just literally be sat there looking at their diet going, why has no one taught you about food intolerances? And it's something that is a real mainstay in the therapy that Laura and I both are trained in, and one of the therapies we teach, kinesiology. But again, even in kinesiology, I see people learning food intolerances as a really nice technique. And then I see people going about their lives as kinesiologists, carrying on eating all the things that they're intolerant to, and then saying that they've got symptoms. And it occurs to me that people really didn't understand how big an issue food intolerances are. And so we can talk about the goal of food intolerance, and it sounds a bit benign, doesn't it? Like, oh yes, I have a bit of hay fever. Sounds really benign, except the difference is with food intolerances, these are foods that we could be eating up to 5 times a day. And so the dosage and the exposure is immense. And I truly, truly, truly believe, alongside a couple of other things that we're going to talk about tonight, I truly believe that food intolerances are one of the major root causes of chronic health issues today.